5th, Public Health will resume their free COVID testing site at the old Carnival grounds in Teadsden. A total of 150 tests will be available. Public Health's PIO Janela Carrera reminds the community that if you're bringing a minor and you're their parent or legal guardian, you must bring a form of ID for them.
That's just something new that we're implementing because, we've seen some people come in and we can't verify the identification of that child. So again, just want to encourage the community to come out.
Friday, Public Health held their village-based vaccination clinic at the Sinahanya Gym. Their efforts continue on Monday at the Mongmong Toto Maite Mayor's office. On Tuesday, they will be at Talafofo, and on Friday at the Asan Maina Mayor's office. Details on the times will be announced. Situated right along the Talafofo River is a southern gem known as the Valley of the Latte Adventure Park. President Dave Tidinco caught us up on how they're getting by without their main market. Here's more.
The effects the COVID pandemic has had on the island's tourism industry stretches far beyond the sandy shores of the Tumon Strip. So we took a trip down to Talafofo to speak with Dave Tidinco, President and CEO of the Valley of the Latte Adventure Park, to see how they've managed to keep things moving along despite 75% of their business relying on international arrivals.
When that went away, obviously we also had to shut down and determine how do we move forward. There has been a lot of different types of assistance provided by both the federal government as well as the local government. That plus reimagining ourselves, right? Reinventing ourselves. We knew that during this pandemic we would have to rely more heavily on who we are here as a people to be able to help each other. And so we created programs such as cultural workshops. We targeted local businesses who want to say thank you to their employees, and they bring them out to a great outdoor experience that's really safe.
Echoing the same sentiment as other business owners in the tourism industry, Tidinco says he's anticipating a long stretch before things get back to normal. But in the meantime,
we have to make the adjustments necessary. We don't expect tourism to recover overnight. GVB's projected 100,000 visitors for their fiscal year 2021. We are looking to figure out how do we keep our operations going for the next year and a half to 2 years.
Some of the adjustments being made involve attracting more of the local market. And although Mes Tomorrow comes to a close, Tidinco says it's important in times like these that we remember the resiliency of those who were here before us.
We celebrate Mes Tomorrow every single day here at the Valley, every time we're open. And we want to be able to share our history and our culture and be able to share the resiliency of who we are. The latte, that is the foundation by which we have our ancestors built our homes on, is a symbol of our strength. And so long as we do not forget where we came from, I think that telling the story of who we are as a people and sharing it forward, I think will make us stronger.
Although they've got a long road ahead of them, Tidinco is optimistic that given the right amount of help and consideration, smaller businesses like his and the tourism industry in itself will thrive again soon. But at the end of the day, it's the people running the show that keep things moving forward.
We think Guam's future, without question, is bright, right? There are bumps in the road. This is a really big bump. In fact, this is a big pothole. But we'll get over it. But we need the help of our government, both local as well as federal, to recognize, and I think they're working at that, recognize who has been most negatively impacted, and not just as businesses, but as people. Who are the people behind these businesses that have been impacted, and how can we help them sustain themselves until an economic recovery in the hospitality industry occurs? If we can get them to do that, I think Guam overall, over the long term, will be okay.
The Guam Department of Education has launched their Providing Access to Homes or PATH program. Next week, qualifying families will be able to receive 100% federally funded mobile wireless devices that provide 50 gigabytes of data per month to support distance learning. Now that hard copy model of learning has been phased out, the support by the PATH program will allow many families to now make a smooth transition online. On Monday, April 5th, families who have applied and qualified will be contacted by their child's school with further instructions. It's a children's book about accepting differences viewed through the eyes of the curious Sihek. Jonah Goncharfris has more about the author, Frank Candaso Jr., and how the story came to be.
First-year, first-grade teacher Frank Candaso Jr. says the venture of writing a children's book has been something he's always wanted to do for some time.
art, and you see some of the things that I've done, like with Docomo, and then I have a little sea hick here too that I painted right there. But and then so I got certified in fine arts, I think 2018, and then kind of just been really putting that to use, I guess, and identifying that I do have this talent and I can make something of it.
The MU Lujan elementary school teacher said the CHEC and the thing that was different was inspired by past personal experiences of his when he was a kid, and even what he sees as an educator.
The story is about being different, right? And I guess, Guam is a melting pot, so it was kind of easy to do that because everybody is so different. But I think the biggest thing was to kind of acknowledge that there are differences, because we're going to have some individuals who are brought up to really, I guess, dismiss those things and kind of grow a hatred towards it, and we see it around the world, right?
Condoso says the project was supported in part by a grant from the National Endowment for the Arts, the Guam Council on the Arts and Humanities Agency, the Government of Guam, and the Office of the Governor. The book, which was released back in early January of this year, has been well received, and Condoso is extremely humbled.
A lot of the feedback has been really good, and I've received some to where I guess some kids that the parents might read it to, the book to, or any book really, they have like a shorter attention span, but for mine, they say that they're able to sit through it and relate to it. And then I've received some where in the back of the book there's a little kind of like a glossary that identifies what's in the book. So we have different characters in there, and I identify them as like the Hilitai, the Coco, but in the back it has like kind of the English translations. Mm-hmm. So they're able to put the two together, and that was very important too, in order to incorporate Chamorro language, but then still allow readers who aren't from Guam to understand what's happening.
Glancing at the second page, you see a special dedication to his little buddy, Christian.
He's 4 years old, just turned 4 in December, and he was a huge inspiration on that, just because. So a lot of things that I've done, I've done PBS University, and then even in lesson planning now, a lot of the things that I've done have been mostly because the resources aren't out there. So, like I wanted to do a song on responsibility, so I had to make a song about specifically what I wanted to talk about. And with the book, a child's mind is so impressionable, so especially my nephew, and talking about differences was something I, want to address early on.
If you would like to purchase a copy or two of the CHEC and the Thing That Was Different for your very own, head on over to discoverthechec.com. The book is available in paperback, hardcover, and digital copies. Hardcover copies can also be purchased at the SIFA Learning Academy Charter School. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonagan Charfris.
The Department of Agriculture's Division of Aquatic and Wildlife Resources Fisheries would like to remind the people to be on the lookout for box jellyfish. They can be found on the beach or in the water, especially on reef flats. Box jellyfish are anticipated from April 3rd to April 5th. Both box jellyfish and Indo-Pacific man-o'-wars can sting even if washed up on the beach and dead. If you spot any, please notify the Fisheries Division at 735-0289 or 82. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we have this week's Culture Club inductee, and still to come, Dave Delgado with sports.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
The Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce presents Fanatsu Famalawan, Women Rising, on Thursday, April 8th. This virtual conference will reach you wherever you are, featuring international experts and thought leaders sharing their stories. Experience on-demand sessions, masterclasses, and conversations to inspire and empower. Register today. Fanatsu Famalawan, Inspiring Innovation, April 8th at GuamWomen'sChamber.com. Special thanks to our change agents and our other community partners.
Hey, Sanjay.
Hey, Rosie. Good to see you. What's going on?
So I'm going to hit you up for some medical advice, if that's okay that I use you a little bit here.
Yeah, of course. Use me.
Okay, say someone already had COVID, right?
That person would still need to get the vaccine.
Okay, Sanjay, you're like really scary right now. You're like a mind reader, but yeah, that was my question.
Even if you've already had COVID, you still need to get vaccinated. And Rosie, keep wearing a mask.
Always. Thanks, Sanjay. You're the best.
Join the vaccination. Scan and plan. For more information, go to KUAM.com.
This message is brought to you by the KUAM Care Force.
Addis Trust and Investment, location, service, trust, is a proud partner of the KUAM Care Force.
We wrap up Mess Tomorrow with another Culture Club segment highlighting the local ambassadors of the Chamorro culture who are preserving the culture through their craft or teachings. This week's inductee is Francesca De Oro.
Buenas Tanhafide, Guahusi Francesca De Oro. I am 26 years old and I am from the village of Ipan. I'm the founder of Magahaga Rising, a co-founder of Magahaga Rising, and I'm an activist, an artist, and just general enthusiast for Chamorro culture. I grew up in a family of educators and activists, but I didn't really start getting involved myself until I was 16. At the time, this was the beginning of the military buildup when it was still just the EIS and a lot of public hearings. And I got really involved through that in school and with my family, learning about Chamorro history, about Guam history, and the impacts of militarization on our lands and waters. And I've been part of activism and doing my part, doing whatever I can since then. So with activism and being an advocate for Chamorro lands, culture, history, and rights as an indigenous people, I've had the honor of speaking at OCAP, which is the Ocean Climate Action Policy Conference, which happened last year. I was representing H2OO, which is an organization of nationwide ocean protectors, youth ocean protectors. H2O stands for Heirs to Our Oceans, and they collaborated with Micronesia Climate Change Alliance, who I also work closely with, to bring me as the youth keynote speaker to this conference. And it was a really awesome experience to share about the Chamorro perspective on climate change and the youth perspective on climate change. And I'm also going to take part in a Smithsonian webinar sometime next month, also giving voice to Chamorro people and the issues that we're facing today. Learn as much as you can from all the elders that you can, and also the people around you who are passionate about what you are passionate about. If you really, really care about the land and the water and the culture, go take yourself to wherever you can learn about it the most. I spent a lot of time in different circles, learning from as many people as I can, building up the confidence first to speak for myself. And after I did that, I gained so much support, like off the bat, from speaking from my heart. So if you feel really connected to our ancestors, feel really connected to our land, the deeper you forge those connections, the easier it will be for you to express how you feel about them, because that connection is innate, it comes from within you. And everything that I do is really inspired by my own connection to our land and my ancestors and my family. And as long as you have that strong foundation of your Chamorro values or whatever your deepest inspiration is, the sharing and then the support will come naturally from that. I never met him, but my grandfather, I'm getting emotional. Francisco Santos, he was a senator for 22 years in the Guam legislature, and he spoke fluent Chamorro. He was really, really passionate about Chamorro rights and keeping Chamorro lands in Chamorro hands. And he was just a really compassionate person. And all the stories that I've ever heard about him make me super emotional because he's the kind of leader that I want to be later in life. In my day-to-day life, my main profession is a yoga teacher, and I really started that at the exact same time as I started my activism. So it really helped me to go along my healing journey and my uncovering journey of colonial trauma and history. So the yoga really taught me about going inward and finding my inner wisdom, my inner light, my inner source for good and happiness, and wanting to spread that. Because overall, the message of yoga is to alleviate suffering within yourself so that you can alleviate suffering in the world around us. And there's lots of mantras that are taught in yoga about recognizing your truer self, your higher self, and really working towards the liberation of all. So my yoga teaching and my yoga philosophy really helps me to ground myself and keep myself healthy, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that we can carry this work on in a good way, in a healthy way for us and all of our people and the future generations especially. I would love for Guahan and the Marianas to be reunited and independent. In my wildest dreams, that would be amazing, to have Chamorro language thrive in our lands, to have more people feel connected strongly to their culture, their language, each other, and living out our Chamorro values in a way that makes us all happier and healthier. I think that that's like the ultimate goal. And my piece in it now is just doing what I can to be happier and healthier myself, and passing on all of the important aspects of culture that I really find important for myself. So yeah, independence is really like the ultimate goal. Guahusi Francesca de Oro, and I am a proud member of the Culture Club.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Whether you use your truck for work or play, you can count on Ram trucks. Built to deliver today and built to deliver for many years to come. Here at Cars Plus, it is Ram Truck Month, where you can get the best deal on a new Ram 1500 starting at a new low price of $31,995. You can call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to schedule your test drive today.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
This message is brought to you by the KUAM Care Force.
The St. John's Black team finished the IIAAG Girls Beach Volleyball season undefeated with a 6-0 record. The team also finished with 17 matches won.
For a lot of us, we didn't think that we were going to be able to play. So just being able to, even though it's a shorter season and whatever, like, it really is just a blessing to get to play like a sport we love, like for our senior year for like the last time.
Tylee Shepard and Ostia Mendiola cruised to a 21-8 first set win in their playoff opener against their St. John's teammates. Mendiola and Shepard never trailed in the second set.
And so when we heard that beach volleyball was going to be the first sport back for many of us, it was really exciting. And of course, because it's like limited space and limited time, practices were very minimum. But every time we had those practices, we worked really hard. And so going into the season, we were really ready for what had to come to us.
Teason High Titans defeated the JFK Islanders in boys high school Easter League volleyball. Teason picked up the 3-set win, 25-19. 25-7, 25-19. With the win, the Titans improved to 6-2 on the season.
Today we played a little bit more confident and ready, so because it's the second round, so we practiced hard. And also another big difference, their captain Dean got injured, so that's also a big difference to the game, and also like the energy that they were playing. So I really like feel empathy for Dean and the team.
Teason looked loose on the court, getting after every ball. The boys were having fun, leaving it all on the court against the top seed Islanders.
Yeah, we didn't need to struggle as much as other games. We had our mental game there, so there was no need to get flustered. So it gives us more room to have fun. For us, what was working is our good motion, our transitions, our passing. Sometimes it wasn't all there, but we still pushed through with everything we needed to.
One of Guam's biggest basketball clubs are back in business. Guam Elite and their extended family are back in the gym putting in work after missing out on the game for nearly a year. It's good to see the kids working out again.
I think Guam Elite's awesome. I wish we had that when we were younger. You know, we didn't have a lot of options, so it's great to see that the kids have an outlet where they can learn correctly from the beginning and develop and, you know, make Guam on the map.
The first day of training was just to get the kids back into the groove of things. Coaches on hand helped with footwork, dribbling, and some shooting drills.
The kids have been stationary at home for most of them, so it's good to have them get back out here with the proper protocol with Guam Elite and put forth the effort to climb back to what we call normal prior to the pandemic. As a coach, it's my first year coaching Guam Elite, and I just feel it's a great chance for me to give back to the community, give back to the youth, who are going to eventually perpetuate the sport of basketball and grow us even further.
Congrats to Guam's own Big Tone for a successful showing at the FQ Classic held in Las Vegas. Tone is coming home with 2 gold medals for his performance at the powerlifting meet. His 1,812-pound total was good enough for the top spot in the men's 275-pound open. His numbers on the platform consisted of a 672-pound squat, 460-pound bench, and a 672-pound deadlift. He beat out 5 other competitors on his way to the first place finish. Big Tone went on to say, "I know my numbers will be broken one day by some person in the gym, and I'm okay with that because I'm out here making sure that Guam gets the recognition it deserves. I didn't build the sport on Guam. I just took it to another level for the island." Spoken like a true champion, congrats again on another milestone for the sport. Teason's boys doubles one team has only one loss in the past 2 seasons. Senior Luke Surtaza and junior Christian Legaspi are 6-0 this season with 1 match left before playoffs.
Honestly, I'm really grateful that we get to play this season because majority of our team is actually comprised of seniors. We have like 7 out of maybe like 10 of us. So to have our season back this year is just amazing, and I'm really glad that we get to play and we get to see other teams play, and I'm just really glad that we made it this far.
It's really great. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my very first season, it wasn't that great. My record wasn't that great. So through the years, as I developed more and as a player and got more wins, it's honestly a really great feeling to have a senior year and a senior season.
In Olympic news, Guam wrestler Ethan Agagi will be leaving Virginia Tech on April 30th to head to the African and Oceanic Olympic qualifier to be held on April 3rd and 4th in Tunisia, Hammamet. Wrestlers will be hitting the mat in freestyle and Greco-Roman events for a chance at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Ethan will be representing Guam in the 125-pound division. Guam will also be represented by Mia and Raquela Aquino. Coach Mariano Aquino will be traveling with the team as they compete in the 4th Olympic qualifying event. The top 2 wrestlers in each weight class will earn an Olympic berth. Agagi says it's been a long time for Team Guam, and we're ready to book some tickets to Tokyo. Big thank you to everyone who supports Team Guam, and most especially the GNOC. Boys and girls IIAAG singles tennis finals were played at the Tumuning courts. After a rain delay, the consolation game started first. In the boys division, St. John's Justin Joseph defeated FD's Arjen Sachdej 8-3 for 3rd place. In the boys finals, St. John's freshman Armin Sachdev finished his season perfect at 6-0 following his 8-4 win over Harvest Christian Academy's Anthony Gregorier.
We were breaking each other a lot, and so I just needed to get a couple of good serves. And when I got those good serves, I won my serve, and I just kept going from there. Next season, there's still the same guys, even more guys coming. You still gotta work hard, keep up the hard work. Me and Anthony were pretty close, you know. We play a lot of games together, and we're always on the court together. He's a good guy. And I really love that we can all be here, and I'll enjoy it.
In the girls' singles consolation match, Harvest player Kim Nyan beat Academy's Lola Martin 8-4 for third place. In the finals match, two-time defending champion Kaya Malakuti, representing St. John's, took to the court against Academy player Maria Gregorie for the title. Malakuti would end up winning the title with the 8-2 victory.
Tennis isn't my first passion, but I really love the sport. So having fun with it and being able to win at the end of the day is just, something unforgettable.
Through the month of April, KUAM News and the KUAM Care Force features Sustainability Matters, building awareness for environmental issues, highlighting activists, and showcasing businesses and individuals making a difference in our community. Watch a special series on Mondays on KUAM News featuring different aspects of thinking green in our community. Awareness messages on every platform giving you tips for leading a more sustainable lifestyle. The Dirty Politics Weekly feature with the link live on location with Chris and Sabrina visiting different villages with political leaders and addressing environmental problems in our community. And this year, the Think Green annual cleanup goes virtual. Organize your community cleanup, post and tag with hashtag ThinkGreenGuam, and we'll feature your cleanup on our multimedia platforms and in a special montage on KUAM News Weekend Edition during the last weekend in April. Sustainability Matters, part of the KUAM Care Force's commitment to our community. In partnership with the University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Guam Green Growth. Presented by Green Energy Solutions, Inc. Reduce before you produce. GESI.
This message is brought to you by the KUAM Care Force.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy weekend birthday to Ross Jude Salas, who was born on April 3rd, so happy birthday on a Saturday. Happy birthday to our boy, Love Your Macias family. We love you, and we wish you the very best today and every day. And happy birthday to Face Nicholas Flores, who celebrates birthday number 82 this weekend. Happy birthday to Mom, Grandma, and Great-Grandma. We are truly blessed to have you in our lives. Thank you for the love and support you've given us, especially the jokes and awesome treats you bake for us, and the beautiful plants that you create daily. We love you so much, and God bless you. Say Eddie, kids, grands, and the great-grands. And happy birthday to KUAM's very own Victorious Falan, the host of the One Micronesia podcast. Vic, we hope you have a fantastic, fantastic birthday. We're glad to have you as part of our family. And on Sunday, April 4th, happy birthday to Nina and Auntie Lori Petrus. Enjoy your special day and may you have a blessed Easter. We love you always, from Caleb and the rest of your family. Happy birthday, everyone, and happy Easter.
Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and your birthday. That's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe night.